Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pulling up on us, the wonderful mayor of our great city, Atlanta, none other than Andre Dickens. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Hey, what's going on, Tigger and Jazzy? What's up, y'all?
Hey,
Hey.
man, can you get some sleep now?
Did you hear my fake happy loudness?
Yeah, we heard it. But you said
I'm operating off of 3 hours of sleep for the last 3 nights or 4 nights. I don't even know. But, we're here. We're glad to be on the other side, man.
Yeah.
Everybody in the city of Atlanta can sip water. Mm-hmm. The boil water advisory that was in effect for that area of Midtown and downtown, a little bit of East Side, it's been lifted. So now we are free.
I saw your plan for moving forward. Lots of people pointing out our pipes could be 80 to 100 years old under these streets. I saw that you plan on planning. You got this special blue ribbon panel, and you're trying to get $1 billion from the government.
Yeah, man. We had some pipes under there that was 1920.
Wow.
Those were the ones that broke, and now we're trying to replace those because that type of infrastructure has to be looked at over time to say, how do you have a replacement schedule? Mm-hmm. Because we need 2024 pipes, 2025 pipes, et cetera. Because when you got a pipe down there that's 1920, you don't know when it's going to have a break like this.
Right.
Right. Now, do you go through and thoroughly inspect the other pipes throughout the city and other counties?
Well, that's the process we have to do now. You know, we have the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers that we called in and asked them to help us. And so they are here on the ground, and they're going to help us with a team of people assess our whole underground infrastructure of pipes, of valves, et cetera. And we're going to know which ones are old, which ones need to be, renovated, updated, et cetera. And we also just have to get a process around when do we do this update schedule? Is it every 30 years, 50 years, not 100 years?
Doesn't sound, we're talking to our mayor, Andre Dickens, right now on the Big Ticket Morning Show. Updating pipes doesn't sound like an easy job, Mayor. You got to dig up the old ones, put the new ones in, identify them. It seems like it's going to be a lot of disruption that goes along with that.
Yeah, man. Atlanta is a place that we already have traffic, and folks get mad when you're doing construction to pave the roads that they said had too many potholes, but they're happy on the other side of you paving it because their roads are smoother. But the construction part, people are frustrated by it. Now you got a two-phase thing. You'll have to replace the pipe, then you got to replace the road that's over the pipe. So there's a lot of time that it'll take with a lot of construction. So we're about to do a planning session to kind of see how all that will go. What's the best way to strategically do that? So, this is going to take some time, y'all. This isn't a snap of the finger. Right. You can't just do this by Friday.
Right. Now, who's paying for all this now?
Good question. Don't nobody want to pay for stuff, right?
No, we don't want to pay for it.
So I don't anticipate having to do a tax increase on the citizens of Atlanta to do this. We are making calls to our friends at the White House, the Biden-Harris administration, saying, hey, how can you help us with some relief? Our senators, Warnock, Ossoff, and our Congresswoman, Nikema Williams, are pledging their support. And they were the ones that actually made phone calls to get the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers here. Nice. We were able to interact with FEMA and to say, okay, the federal government is going to make investments with us.
Thank you.
Because as a city, as a major city, as an important international city, the federal government wants our infrastructure to work well. And they're going to make investments. We got to negotiate and discuss what that looks like. But this type of need is in the billions. And, last month we passed this thing called the MOST. And the MOST was for our sewer and water infrastructure. And it's already in place. And it was to reinstate that in place. And so we'll use those dollars as well. And that takes money from our visitors and people coming to events and stuff to be able to help. Because they flush toilets, because they use our water. They also need to contribute to our infrastructure.
Love it.
Talking to Mayor Andre Dickens. So I want to give you a shout out for trying to reach out to the small businesses with this fund that you have, this these $5 million for businesses that were affected. I saw you actually carry water to elderly people. In your opinion, as you went through this process over the last 5 days, who was the hardest hit and why?
Well, yeah, we have this fund that we just put together for small businesses that were impacted. Of course, businesses have insurance, and they should call their insurance company if they had some sort of structural damage, especially from water or anything like that. But we wanted to go over and beyond what was being offered by insurance, because insurance may or may not cover lost wages for employees, waitresses that you might have to help tip that didn't get tips, or people that would have been able to go into a restaurant, and chefs and cooks, et cetera. So we have a fund that we just put together, and these businesses can call us and make an application for us, show us the receipts, and we'll be able to help them. And then going to the most vulnerable people, those senior citizens, those that were in our homeless shelters, and even, those that were in our city jail or the county jail, we made sure they had water and that they could, flush their toilets, et cetera. So it was an all hands on deck. We deployed the Atlanta Fire Rescue Department, our Atlanta Police Department recruits. Recruits were going to senior high rises carrying water and taking it upstairs to their building unit and then dropping it off. And the seniors were very appreciative. When you're 60, 70 years old, we have to take very special care of you, 80, 90 years old.
Right.
But you also have this resiliency about it. None of them ever complained. I was in the senior high rise. They was like, "Hey, the mayor here. Good to see you, mayor." And I'd be like, "Yes, ma'am. Do you have your water?" "Oh, yeah, these men brought me my water, but let's take this picture." And I was like, "That's all right. That's all right." So I was able to see them face to face and say, we're going to get this taken care of. But, if they were under a boil water advisory, we was giving them water and helping them. And now, it's all over with. So I'm about to visit them today and hug on them a little bit.
Okay. Good.
Well, sir, we appreciate your tireless efforts here in the city of Atlanta. We appreciate you giving us your time here at the Big Chicken Morning Show on V103. And keep us posted after you get a nap.
Yeah, get a nap, get some good food, and, take care of yourself, because we definitely need you out here.
Yeah, I lost 3 pounds. That's the way I wanted to do it.
Oh, go get some food.
I'm about to eat.
Amen.
I'm about to eat right now.
Amen.
All right.
Mayor Dickens,
All right,
our wonderful
care,
mayor on the phone this morning. Thank you for the time again, and we'll see you sooner than later, sir.
All right, I appreciate it, man.
Okay,
Thank you
bye.
all.